If you have ever found yourself wondering why one meal leaves you feeling energized and another leaves you bloated, foggy, or completely drained, you are not alone. So many women, especially women who are already carrying stress in their bodies, end up stuck in a cycle of food confusion. They start cutting things out, trying to be good, trying to eat clean, and hoping that the next plan will finally be the one that works. But for many of us, the answer is not more food fare. The answer is learning how to hear what the body has been saying all along. Welcome to Holistic Health for Women of Color podcast, the podcast where we talk about stress, mindset, and natural healing through food, herbs, and lifestyle. I am Donna Williams, certified holistic health coach and wellness guide who overcame high blood pressure and medication side effects using holistic health living. Now I help Black women reclaim their health their way. And with today's topic being from food fear to food confidence, we're talking about something that does not get discussed enough in the wellness world. Why strict food elimination may not be the healing solution you think it is, and what a more supportive body-led approach can look like instead. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a time and place for paying close attention to how your body responds to food. That kind of awareness can be powerful. But somewhere along the way, many women were taught that healing must look harsh, rigid, and restrictive. And that mindset can leave you exhausted before your body ever gets the support it actually needs. So let's start here. Where your digestion is off, it makes total sense to suspect food. If you feel bloated after eating, if your stomach feels unsettled, if your energy drops or your mind gets cloudy, your first thought may be, what did I eat? And from there, it's easy to begin removing foods one by one. First, we usually start with dairy, then gluten, then sugar, then certain vegetables, then whole categories of foods. Before you know it, you're left with a tiny list of foods that feel safe, but you still don't feel your best. And that's where I want to gently offer this truth. Sometimes the issue is not just the food. Sometimes the issue is the relationship your body's having with stress, digestion, inflammation, routine, and safety. Yes. So let's walk through a few reasons why more restriction is not always the answer. First, your body needs variety. You cannot be doing the same thing all the time or eating the same type of food. We need a little variety, a little change. A healthy gut thrives on diversity. Different foods feed different beneficial bacteria in your digestive system. That means color, fiber, plant foods, herbs, and a variety all play a role in helping your gut stay resilient. When you cut out too many foods for too long, you may also be cutting off the nourishment your microbiome needs to stay balanced. In other words, less is not always better. Second, long-term restriction can actually make food feel harder to tolerate. This is something many people don't realize. When you avoid certain foods for a long time, your body can become less familiar with processing them. So over time, that can make reintroducing those foods feel like more difficult, feel much more difficult and more intimidating. So while elimination may sometimes be useful for a season, it should not automatically become a lifestyle with no clear path forward. Healing should lead to more freedom, not less. Third, stress and the nervous system matter more than many people think. You can eat the cleanest meal in the world, but if your body is in a constant state of stress, rushing, anxiety, or tension, digestion can still suffer. Your gut and your brain are deeply, deeply connected. That means fear around food, pressure around eating, and constant worry about symptoms can all affect how your body receives and processes a meal. Sometimes the healing work is not just about what's on the plate. Sometimes it's about how you're eating, how you're feeling while you eat, and what your body's carrying before the first bite. Fourth, strict food rules can quietly steal your joy. Let's be honest. Food is not just fuel. Food is connection. Food is family. Food is culture. Food is comfort. And when every meal becomes something to analyze, fear, or control, it can create a kind of isolation that wears on your emotional well-being. You shouldn't have to feel disconnected. You shouldn't have to feel disconnected from your life in order to feel better in your body. No. Fifth, the deeper issue may not be a specific food at all. It could be poor sleep, chronic stress, fast eating, low stomach acid, lack of movement, dehydration, and nervous system overload can all show up as digestive discomfort. So if you keep eliminating foods without looking at the whole picture, looking at the big picture, you may miss the very thing your body's truly asking for. Sometimes the next step is not taking more away. Sometimes the next step is just slowing down, supporting digestion, and creating a rhythm your body can trust. And that's exactly why I created a resource help to make this process feel calmer, clearer, and more doable. If you are tired of guessing what foods leave you foggy, bloated, or drained, you are equally tired of a perfect plan that falls apart in real life. I want to invite you to check out the Body Elimination Cooking Kit. Instead of rigid rules and guesswork, this kit helps you listen to your body, build a routine that fits your real life, and feel confident. Have you feeling confident about every meal, whether you are at home or eating out? With step-by-step rhythms, flexibility meal plans, and practical guides, you'll trade overwhelm for clarity, consistency, and calm digestion, one confident bite at a time. This is not about punishment. This is not about chasing perfection. This is about learning your body's signals and creating a gentle, sustainable rhythm that supports healing. I'll put the link in the show notes here to click on to access the body-led elimination cooking kit. Now, before we close, I want to leave you with just one important reminder. The reminder is your body is not a problem to be controlled. Your body is communicating. And when we stop approaching healing like a battle and start approaching it like a relationship, everything begins to shift. We become more curious instead of more fearful, more grounded instead of more reactive, more supported instead of more overwhelmed. Yes, there may be foods your body needs a break from for a time. Yes, there may be patterns worth paying attention to, but the goal is not to make your world smaller, and smaller is the name of wellness. The goal is to build a body that feels safe, nourished, and resilient. The goal is support digestion without losing yourself in the process. The goal is confidence, peace, and a way of eating that honors your real life. So if you have been stuck in food confusion, let this be your reminder. Healing does not have to be harsh to be effective. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just to slow down. Listen in and give your body the kind of support that helps it rebuild trust. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today on Holistic Health for Women of Color podcast. If this episode spoke to you, share it with another woman who may be feeling overwhelmed by food and wellness advice. And if you are ready for a gentler, more practical path forward, be sure to visit the Body Elimination Cooking Kit at holisticbphealth.com. Until next time, take a deep breath. Give your body grace and keep choosing healing one step at a time. Bye for now, and thank you again so much for being here.